Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And I think that's all I need to do.
Hmm?
Although that desktop audio might need sorting as well. Okay, can everyone on the stream hear now?
Alright, wait a minute, because
Well,
nobody can hear you.
it looks like we have action there now. Can you all hear a train horn, everybody?
Yes, Sam. Can you hear on?
Okay, well, it's looking like we're working now. Well, we're only 28 minutes late. So, by BR standards, we're still on time. Let's go. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our first live stream in some considerable amount of time. It's been a bit of a busy, hectic year, really, hasn't it?
It has just a bit.
So, tonight, I am not joined by Reese of Angry Welshman Productions because he has been drafted in last minute to cover COVID people at work. But Michael has very kindly stepped in to cover us.
Don't get me to speak Welsh.
So, we have got Michael here, we've got myself here, and we are here to give you a preview of the North Pole Railway project. Since we've had a bit of delay, we'll get on the move and we'll have a chat about what we are doing here when we're on the way. So, to start with, we'll take on as passengers. We're driving this electric locomotive, and partway along we will transfer over to steam. So, without further ado,
Let's get underway.
let's get underway. If there's any issues with audio or anything like that, please let us know in the chat. We'll do our best to fix it. I don't know if I'm incredibly loud and Michael's silent or anything like that. It has been a while since we streamed, so we are just trying to get used to it again. Right, controls. What's it do? Electric train go brr.
You press the button and it goes.
Yeah, that's about it. Let's go.
Your pantograph's not up.
It is now. So, we want stick the dual pantographs up in the middle there. And we're away. So, I'll just pull up the stream on my phone so I can keep an eye on the chat. So, where to begin? Where should we begin, Michael?
Where should we begin? Where did the idea come from?
Where did the idea come from? Shall we go for what route we're on first? That might be a
Yeah,
good start.
Might be an interesting start.
Yeah, seeing as I only decided about 2 minutes before we went live. We are driving on the Old Coastline version 9 by Bradillo. So this is a modified version of the version available on the Steam Workshop. It is an Australian route. And I picked this one because there's a nice electric section and then it switches to a bit with no electric, so I thought it'd be a good place to swap locos and show a bit of the other stock.
Good idea, really.
So find a link for my own stream here. There we go, I can see what's happening. Right. So, the comments are looking good, it's not looking like we're too crazy. Hopefully the audio balance is okay. This is a little bit loud for me, so I'm just going to turn down the whole volume thing.
You mean you're being deafened?
Yeah, I am being properly deafened. Turn train sim down a bit as well, and hopefully I can hear you, Len Michael.
Not a good thing.
So, away we go.
Away we go.
So, where did the idea for the pack come from? It all started with Highland Railway Jones Goods, really. I fancied making up a Christmas reskin, which I did. And then, once I'd made the loco up, I kind of felt as though it needed something to go with it. So I started work on the Pullmans. And as I kept going with reskinning, I thought, it's getting to be a bit of a bigger pack now. So then I thought, well, with the way it's going, we might as well get some more people on board. And see how big we can make it. Try and make a nice community project to get into the Christmas spirit. And this is where it's ended up, really.
Very good.
For everyone asking, I've not watched the Rails to Refuge episode yet. I've been a little bit busy trying to get all of this sorted last minute. It has been a very hectic day. I've been trying to work on the manual for the pack. It's the first reskin pack I've done that's got a proper manual with it. Which one of these is it that I want? That's what I want. Is that E? Not E. B. There we go, let's get some power down. And we're underway.
There, you're getting some speed up now.
And then we've got a 70 zone, so we've got to knock it off again.
So, are you planning to make any stops on this one, or is it an express?
We'll go for an express run. We've got to stop about halfway when we switch engines.
Oh, right.
So yeah, we've got a variety of locomotives and carriages included in the pack. This is just one set. There's something actually I want to show off. Michael, are you okay to keep an eye on the speed?
Yeah, I sure can.
And I'm going to switch into passenger mode. I'll leave the F4 hood up.
Okay.
So you should be able to control everything with that if you want to have a quick go.
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, I can speed up.
Brake, 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 brake. It's doing the thing again. There we are.
Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right. At 50.
But it's okay because we didn't derail.
Exactly.
Although we do need to get back on track now. Which we do there, apparently. dump my brakes again. Once we're back on track, we'll go have a sit down.
Entree and buffet?
Entree and buffet.
Alright, that's a fairly steep gradient, that.
Yep. You know it's steep when you can see it. Like, Okay, we should be okay from here on out, for a little while at least. So, let's go have a sit down in the passenger car. Haha! And of course the Christmas music effect isn't working. Well, that's a little bit disappointing. Maybe it's working on one or the other. Ah, here we go.
There we are. I can hear that.
Yep. It must just be like quiet music in that coach. So, we've got a nice bit of festive music in the coaches, which is hijacked from the Game of Gnomes set. We've got a reskinned interior. So we've got the seats, which are reskinned, the carpets all reskinned. And this applies to every coach. They've all got music in. See, this one's got different music. The music's set up so like it plays randomly.
Alright.
So there's 3 different soundtracks, all taken from Game of Gnomes. And if we loiter around in the observation car for long enough, there we are. So again, reskinned interior. We've got behind us, we've replaced the map with one a bit more appropriate for the project. And we've got a nice little Easter egg in the corner there with Rudolph. So it really helps you get in the Christmas spirit. All of the Pullman cars, I'll just double check the route and make sure we're looking good. Which we are, for a bit.
For a bit.
Yeah, I don't. Once the route reroutes me once, I don't trust it, but I think it's okay for the rest of it, then. So, the Pullman cars are all named after reindeer. So if I go to up here and start cycling through them, we have Dasher. We have Dancer. We have Prancer. And we have Vixen. And if you know the song, you should be able to guess the rest of them. So we have Comet. And we have Cupid. And we have Donna. And we have Blitzen. And at the very end, we've got Rudolph. And why have we got Rudolph at the very end? Because Rudolph has a very shiny red nose. And I thought the tail lamp would be quite appropriate for that. So this is the Polar Pullman set. We've got all the little fairy lights on and everything. And hopefully by the time we get to where we're going, it's going to be dark enough that we should be able to see them all lit up.
Let's say, do they actually light up?
They don't light up as such, but they do glow slightly. Hello, DuckFan888. Welcome to the stream. Are you streaming okay on your end, Michael?
I think so. Nobody's mentioned anything.
That's good. So if you're not watching on YouTube and you're watching on Twitch with Michael, then welcome to you as well. Michael's currently at the helm, Willa driving. I'm faffing around with camera views.
Well, I can control it when you're not faffing with the cameras.
Yes, that's true. So what does everyone think of the reskins that you have seen of them so far? I would be quite happy to hear any feedback.
I've just had the OK, everything's alright, so that's good.
That's good. So, the Polar Pullman set, I've noticed we had some comments in the chat earlier about the Polar Express. The Polar Pullman set is indeed based off the Polar Express, but a bit more of an English version of it, really.
Do you serve hot chocolate on it?
Do we serve hot chocolate? That is the question, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure with a highly luxurious train such as this we should do. We've got a yellow light up ahead. It's,
that's double yellow, so... Assuming the Australian signalling system's similar, then we should be alright.
There we are, we're set to a proper route now. I do love the little flashes you get with the live wires, Willis.
Yeah, it adds to it.
But I also really like the style of pantographs, sort of the double-armed ones rather than the single-armed ones.
Are you playing with the keyboard?
Nope.
There we go. $60 is fine in a 50.
I think you've managed to put another light on somehow, Michael.
Don't ask me how. Mashing the brake button, but... Oh, it's L for that light.
That's interesting. I wonder if... Ah, haha. There we are.
Express now, you see.
That's a bit more appropriate.
You've picked the hilliest route I think you could have possibly done.
Yes, I did. We've got a 60 coming up as well.
It'll be fine. I think.
So, the idea behind the reskins for this pack was originally we were going to have a route with it as well. We still want to do the route, it's just going to take a lot longer than we were expecting, so it's kind of been postponed. But the thinking was with the reskins, we wanted them to run on what we have dubbed the North Pole Railway, and the idea behind the North Pole Railway is it's going to be a railway set at the North Pole, specifically for Santa, his elves and all their Christmas needs. So we'll have a Christmas tree forest for the farming of Christmas trees, we'll have docks for bringing in and exporting goods, coal mine for engine coal and coal for naughty children, all the factories for making all the Christmas toys, and the railways will be like connecting it all. So making up the reskins, we wanted to try and think about what Christmas products do you need that could be transported by rail, and what would you need on an engine to run at the North Pole. So that's why a lot of the engines have got cow catchers on them, for dealing with snowdrifts and the like. And when we get to the other end, you'll see some of the present wagons we've got ready. The class 66 and 77, I'm not actually sure I'm not actually sure what engines they had. There were electric motors they had in them from the overhead live wire. But what I can tell you is they were unusual in that they ran on DC power rather than AC power. Yeah, Hot Muffin.
Another hill.
As for the steam loco, we'll get to the steam loco partway into our journey. So we will be, when we get to this bit here, there we are, that's our steam loco ready to swap round. And we'll be taking that on the rest of the section. So, this pack, it's the first pack which I have done without going through a major train sim person already, such as Steam Sound Supreme, which is going to be Payware. And there is a very good reason for that. And basically it's going to release for £5 in British money. And all of the money minus the costs of processing the transaction. Is that right, Michael? Minus.
It is, yeah.
Pretty much. All of the money minus the costs of processing the transaction are going to go to 3 mental health charities in the UK. So those charities are Mind, Calm and Samaritans. Now all 3 of these provide much needed help to people that are suffering from depression, anxiety and other mental health issues. And we wanted to go for this because we felt like it were a Christmas themed pack. Because it were going to be such a large pack, we wanted to make sure that we had a lot of content in it, and we felt with that amount of content it was worth making it Payware. But we felt it was a bit shallow to take the money from it really, and we wanted to do something in the Christmas spirit. So that's why we came up with this idea, because we thought Christmas is really often portrayed in media and all that kind of stuff as, you know, happiest time of the year, most wonderful time of the year and all that malarkey. And while it should be, for a lot of people it isn't, and we felt this was a good opportunity to raise awareness for that and raise some funds to help people that are struggling. So that's why it's going to be Payware. Katie, the main coaches in this pack at the moment are the Pullman coaches. There's also a set of travelling post office coaches. But we will be continually updating this pack once it's released. It's not just a case of what you get at release is what, that's it. When we work on more reskins, we'll just keep on adding them, so there'll be free updates to the pack if you already own it. So that's something to look forward to. Michael getting a bit of power on now.
Yeah, it's a bit flatter, isn't it?
Just wait till you see what we're tackling with a steam engine.
I don't want to know.
So if we're sitting here for long enough, we should get some Christmas music filtering through.
Why did they bring it down to 60?
Yep. So I picked the Class 77 because I think I wanted to have a steam, a diesel and an electric loco in it. We've not got a diesel done just yet, but we have got steam and electric. But for me, the Class 77 was the most appropriate loco to reskin. It felt sort of as one of the oldest electrics in the UK. I think it's the second oldest behind the 66. Oh, we've just got the carol running through there. But because it's such an old loco, we felt it looked more at home with the pack rather than having, you know, like a Zoomer or something instead. And yeah, I have hit 200 subs with a stream, which is an achievement. So thank you to everyone who has come and subscribed. That is much appreciated. There we go, we can hear jingle bells a bit there now.
I think I can do 70 now.
So when I was working on this, I wanted to put in, you know, the sounds, and I wanted the inside of the coach to feel habitable. So I wanted it to be enjoyable to sit in the coach and travel along, which I think it is quite so at the moment.
Nice touch in the observation carriage.
Hi. I have to say thanks to Matt from Steam Sound Supreme for helping with the sounds. He gave me a bit of advice on how to get the audio file set up working properly so that we were only heard inside and not outside as well. So here we are, we're not going into the goods yard, that's always good.
Maybe that's where the presents are, though.
The presents are at the goods yard at the end of the route. We want that switched the right way though. Yeah, we'll go on the old tunnel. It's less of a hill that way. So if I switch into another car and go back into the observation car. Aha, it has worked. So we've now got different music in here again. It were quite funky playing around with us to try and get the 3 separate audio tracks to work.
So does it loop without changing the carriage, or?
It loops, but it loops the same one.
Oh.
So there's 3 different tracks. If you just stay in the same passenger view, it'll just repeat the same track over and over. But if you switch out and switch in, it has a 1 in 3 chance to play whichever track. So it just adds a little bit more variety into it.
Your headlamps come off. Sorry, Rudolph Red Nose.
That's because Matrix Trains Pullmans have it scripted based on the H button. And the H button for us just happens to control that top lamp. So we can either have the light code on the front or the tail lamp.
I think we travel with the tail lamp.
Yeah, I can then.
You could go with all 4 lights.
I could do.
Carrying royalty. There's a tree in your tunnel.
There's a tree in my tunnel. I mean, you have to expect this kind of thing at the North Pole, you know? Hot Muffin, we have not yet got a diesel loco for the pack, but we are trying to think of a suitable one to reskin. So if anyone has any suggestions for that, we would be quite happy to hear them. What do you think would be the most Christmassy diesel loco we could do?
Be a Class 37 and reskin the red light.
So we've got suggestions. We've got an 08, could do a Gronk, a high mech, Class 55. I think the one we were looking at was doing a Western.
No.
Yeah, there's a few options out there. It's a shame we don't have any really...
Speeding.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a shame we don't have any like the really early diesels. You know, like the prototype diesels, the LMS ones, or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're okay to go on there for that bit, but we want to change over when we come into the platform. That platform will do nicely. So, Michael, we're going to have to stop in the platform here.
We're going to actually have to stop.
Yep. Because this is
Fine,
where...
I can do that.
Yeah, this is where we're switching locos. Ooh! Jordan's just come up with a good idea, the prototype Deltic.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Prototype Deltic with ploughs. That could be a good one. Well, Jordan, if you want to have a crack at starting that. So Jordan has helped out with this pack. He's done some lovely 3D modelled nameplates for us, as well as working on the Saint reskin for the pack, which we'll see later on. Bit of echo there. So let's see how good Michael is at stopping.
Not very. Have you seen my driving?
Yes, I have. It's a really good job this isn't a recorded scenario with all the speed limits we've broken.
I'm okay if I concentrate. And some people don't mind walking through the corridors.
This is the platform, by the way, Michael.
Yeah. I've got it. No worries.
The stopper's just
You
in
got,
front of the signal, yeah?
There, that'll do. A bit more. Yeah, that'll do.
Just in front of the signal, yeah? You know, the other side
was
of the signal,
green.
yeah?
Doesn't matter.
It's alright, we're not fouling the points, we'll manage. Well, I'll tell you what,
We had the road.
we'll back it up. I wonder if we can wheel slip it.
Probably not.
Let's find out.
You can't even start it, never mind wheel slip.
There we go. Electric stuff's funny like that, you've got to be in the right mode. Yeah, that'll do us.
Just think of them people that's having to walk from the observation carriage.
Right, let us stick on the handbrake. We'll go under and disconnect. Go the right way. Handbrake off. There
You
we
put it in
are.
the right mode.
Almost a professional job, there. Let's see. Where can we dump this?
Double header with the steam. we might need it.
We'll go up here and dump it in the other platform. So we've got the green signal, which means the points are set.
West Yorkshire 24. That's what that signal means.
Yep. See, even here down in Australia, we bring a bit of West Yorkshire with us. We've got our steed for the next part of the journey waiting there.
So are you taking this to the other engine, or is this the only swap we're doing?
This is the swap. We'll put this in the platform and we'll get the Jones goods out.
Considering I've never driven this loco, I'm going to make you fireman.
Going to make me fire it?
Yeah, and I'll drive it.
Oh dear.
And then if we don't get up any hills, it's your fault.
Do you know what? I think we should do it the other way around.
Yeah. I want to go to bed at some point today.
Exactly, that's why I think you should fire it. Honestly, Michael, you will do an absolutely fantastic job of firing it. How do I know that? Because I've tweaked the physics of it, ladies and gentlemen. And those tweaked physics... Those tweaked physics will be available in the release as well, by default. Leave it in neutral. So that's the Class 77 that's included in the pack. It's got the little ploughs on it as well, which I'm particularly fond of. You may recognise them as being the same ones fitted to our... what was it? It was the A2 class we did that they were used on. So, just because I don't trust train sim. get the points all set. That should do us. One thing I should say, the whistle on this is not the whistle that the release version has. I just tweaked it for personal use. The release version still has the bog standard Jones Goods whistle.
Okay. Is that an A4 chime?
It's a Britannia chime actually.
Oh, near enough.
Yeah, near enough. Yeah, I don't think you'll have much issues with a firing, Michael.
Okay.
I mean, considering we're blowing off already. Now, nobody tell Michael this, but that big hill up there is where we're going.
Man, you're firing it. You see you've sped already.
That'd be right. Yeah, it's a good point, that. This is, the Jones Good was the UK's first 460 locomotive, a template which became probably the most common in the country, with perhaps the exception of 060s. The old festive billboard.
It doesn't stop as quick as an electric, does it?
Nope. Also, just putting it up there, Michael. That's what we're going.
We're not getting that up there.
Do you know what? I guarantee we will. Yeah, Jordan's Railway Simulator is right. The cow catchers and the big spot lamps that we're using on the Jones Goods are from the Victory Works S160. Did I actually change the points then?
I don't think it is.
No, I didn't. Good job I remembered that, because that would have been awkward.
Quality driving from some.
I do like the Jones Goods. Such a pretty engine.
I forgot to look when you loaded in, but what's the ideal PSI of the boiler then?
It blows off at 170, I think.
Oh, right, fair enough. So, aim for 170-ish.
Yeah.
Have you set the points wrong?
No, I'm just looking at my chat and Jordan's asked, what does everyone think of a festive pacer?
I think that'd look alright.
We could put a load of bells on it and call it La Jingle Bells, because every time it goes over a track joint, it'll go boing, 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 and the dog go ding, ding, ding.
Oh, is he going to stop? Only with emergency brake, I saw that.
It's fine, we've not got passengers on. Well, we've hit the coaches. Yeah.
Where are you going?
There we are. Handbrakes are off.
I was going to say, please make sure the handbrake's off.
It's, yeah, we are taking on passengers.
Slowly.
There we go.
Right.
Right.
You're in reverse, by the way.
I know.
The headlamp actually work?
It doesn't. It might be able to in the future when I get a bit more clever with scripting, but not just yet. If you've noticed, it's starting to get a bit dark and gloomy now. By 5 o'clock it should be pitch black.
Oh, nice.
But I will just show off at the front here. This is one of several headboards made by made for Lepac by Ethan Beadle of Peppercorn Workshop. We do have more, and they will be interchangeable on the go, but we've not quite got the scripting working yet. Something about it is contrasting with a script that controls the lamp and the plough, but that's something we're working on and will get solved. So, without further ado,
Let's go and attack that big hill then, shall we?
let's go get up that big hill. Ah yes, train simulators, you can have any camera view you want as long as it's the one that looks down on the train.
Oh, there you are.
No,
Just use 8.
that was just the variation where it looks slightly lower down.
You could use 8.
This is just holding down 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, give us your vote. Do I want to be nice and kind and drive it properly so it's easy for Michael to fire, or do I want to rag it? So that whistle is from Steam Sound Supreme's enhancement pack for the Just Trains Britannia class.
Is that signal meant to be red?
Probably. We're both set, so we'll ignore it.
That's the spirit.
Well, that's one vote for Thrash It, so I think that answers that one.
Fair enough.
Watch the speed just plummet as we hit the hill. Ooh, look at that climb.
It'll be fine. We hope. Have you tested this actually goes up this hill?
I have.
Okay.
Steaming off into the sunset.
Sort of, it's a bit cloudy now. Are the injectors on? I've pressed the buttons, but can't see anything happening.
No, they aren't. Or are they?
I've
No,
mashed the key to do it.
I'll plonk it on for you.
Thanks.
We'll cheat and use the toolbar.
That's fine, I can use that.
So, now we're on the section of track where you can see why we had to ditch the electric loco.
I hadn't even noticed.
Let's see if we can find the observation saloon. There we go.
So where is this route actually set then?
Truth be told, I don't know. I don't even know if it's a real
Somewhere
route or a
down
fictional one. All I know is it's somewhere Australian.
It's a good route though. Challenging with the uphills.
Yeah, it's a nice one to drive on. So, Axel Brit is asking what's on the menu. I think there's only really one thing that can be on the menu, isn't there? It's got to be a Christmas dinner with all the trimmings. Michael, I'm just going to give you... Where are you? Pass it.
Could you give me access to use the maps?
Yeah, that's exactly what I've just done.
Thank you. Wow. Were you pressing the whistle button as well?
Nope.
Oh. I pressed it for a very short time and it lasted a long time.
Yeah, Parsec does weird stuff like that with it. Don't bother clicking the blower, Michael.
Fair bit.
Don't bother with the blower, I get it. I set it with a keyboard. So you can see it goes on and off. You want it just set so it's just off. Now, the question is, did I install the patch that I made for the installer, which I put in the installer but might not have copied over?
Sam, that's another red light.
I did. That's fine. See? Blue line is good. Red light doesn't matter. I did copy the patch over. So all the child objects show up in the internal view and the external view.
You're not thrashing it too hard then?
No, not too much.
Just a little bit.
Just a bit of gentle thrashing. Yeah,
it's a very British looking bus there.
What's that?
I said that's a very British looking bus we've just passed.
You ready for it?
RIP headphones users. Oh, you can't beat that.
Starting to get a bit dark now.
Pardon? The way Train Sim handles the pixels, it kind of looks like the lights are actually flickering.
Yeah,
Just ever so slightly.
yeah. It's nice, isn't it? Like I said, they don't quite glow, but you can sort of see how they shine. They
Yes.
don't give off light, but they light up themselves. They're not dark.
We'll need a high intensity lamp for running in this darkness soon.
As I said before, Train Sim's only camera view for following the train.
I mean, hey, to be fine. So where are we taking this one to then?
Got a bit of a climb coming now. We're taking this one up to this little triangle here, I think. Maybe a bit before? Bit before, here.
Ah, yeah.
So not too much further.
I see the Christmas dinner's not been served yet.
Not quite yet, no. So what's on the menu? Well, since we've got a Christmas dinner, what else can we have with it? Obviously we've got to have
Christmas
turkey.
cake, haven't we?
We've got to have turkey.
Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire pudding. Obviously Yorkshire puddings.
Let's make everybody hungry now.
Roast potatoes, pigs in blankets, an assortment
All of the
of roasted vegetables, Christmas pudding for pudding.
Oh, and gravy, so that when Sam heavy breaks, it'll go everywhere.
That's that, Michael.
I said, we'll have to put gravy on.
Oh yeah.
So when you
obviously.
heavy break, it'll go everywhere.
Well, yeah, that's half the fun. Oh, was that a Lamborghini? Oh,
It's got it already.
well, it might have been, but it's not anymore. Ah, so you know when I said about being friendly and ragging it?
Yeah.
We're gonna go for the ragging it option.
Fair enough.
And this is the bit I was talking about, because you can balance it out with a regulator, where if you have it set too high, it'll automatically like throttle your speed.
Yeah.
So for anyone that works in percentage gradients, we're on a 2% grade right now, which is a reasonable challenge. It's when we go down like the 4% grade on the other side it gets a bit hairy.
Downhill is fine. For me, anyway.
It's alright until your brakes don't work, because you're going too quick down too steep a hill for them. Good evening, Axel, thank you for tuning in. It is worth mentioning as well, like following the conclusion of the stream, for anyone that wishes to, I will be uploading the manual to the Blastpipe Productions Facebook page for this pack. The manual has got all the requirements in for the pack, so you can have a browse through that and see what's needed for what. And hopefully when Christmas Day comes around and the pack releases, a lot of you will like to get it. Can't beat the sound of listening to an engine hard at work, can you?
Oh, definitely not.
Train Sim's only camera view again.
I've climbed this.
Just coming over the top of the hill there. Let's get a bit of speed on.
These people on the left are oblivious to the fact there's a train coming.
Yep. It's making enough noise though. Oh look, Michael, a hill.
Oh yay! We haven't stopped yet, so that's good.
Can see the map through the observation carriage there.
Yeah, it's one of those where this hill's quite long, so...
Yep. I love Jordan's absolute lack of faith in me, and I love Katie's absolute constant faith in me.
You see, I don't have faith in you on in the downhill.
Jordan goes, Jordan's waiting for us to run out of water, and Katie's saying we won't.
Be fine. There's snow around. We'll
Be
put that
fine,
in
he says, quickly going to click to put the water on. And we're going to wait till it got to the 10s before I started panicking.
No.
It's as long as there's water in the gauge glass, it's fine.
Who needs water?
I don't know about water, but some pressure would be nice.
Who needs pressure?
I just saw the light coming up then and thought that'd be a good bit of lighting to get on the engine.
It's like that, yeah.
Keep them fire doors open, Michael. Get some more coal on.
Nah. Maybe this is a good place to stop. Get a good view from the carriages, you see.
Come on, Michael. We're running an express passenger train. You've seen Polar Express. You'll get an angry, bald Tom Hanks with a powerful moustache storming down the train towards you.
Where's the lake?
The lake?
Yeah.
Where's the mouse? There's the mouse. Down there.
Right, so that's where we're heading then, is it?
It is, but we're going the long way around. Nearly at the top of the hill. Hey guys,
you see
for everyone watching, we're going over the hills.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Groan.
He can't be
boo.
here, but he's here in spirit.
Maybe it's watching on this ship.
I hope so.
Should we say hello to him, right? Just in case.
Love fire our doors open, you get the flickering from the exhaust beat in the cab.
Yeah.
So nice.
Right, we've got some water. That'll do. You may have some pressure. Are you chucking rubbish out the chimney?
A little bit.
Additional sparks, eh?
Yeah, there's a bit coming out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be a fireman on this route.
You'd be looking at your gauge glass going, oh, sugar, 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 sugar.
Is that the last of the uphill?
Where are we? I believe it might be, yeah. Now, if you see here, this little squiggly bit, That's where the route used to go. Now the route goes in a straight line. And it's a very, very steep straight line.
That's not my problem. I mean, you can have some more water if you like.
Yeah,
Since
go
we're going
on.
downhill.
Let's go to the Obo.
Moonlit Lake.
Aye. See how long it takes for one of the carols to kick in. I think we start off with Silent Night, which is why it's so quiet. There we are. Silent night indeed. Love how you get all the lighting coming in the carriages as well. Just that faint yellow glow for the night time running.
Should have made you stop there. See if you were any good.
I'll be stopping at the bottom of the hill. Parts unknown. It's about where we are at the moment. That was a beautiful view there. So, you can see the hill coming up.
Yep. Is it more than 2%?
Oh, yes. So, has anyone else watching got any more questions about the pack? Little sailing boat on the lake down there. I think it's supposed to be the sea down there, actually.
You can really imagine this being a Christmas route.
Yeah, it's quite good for it really, isn't it? Right, now for the fun bit.
Do we have to put his hands up in the air?
That's about the size of it. Check the route when we get to the bottom.
And hopefully stop somewhere in there.
Where do we want to stop? That's set for a platform, so that'll do us. So we're on a 3% grade at the moment. That track we've just passed is where the old line was.
Oh, yep. It's nice when they leave that sort of thing in.
And we're now on a 4.3% grade. Which, for anyone that knows grades and gradients, is bloody steep. And this is why we're driving this way and not going the other way, because if we were going the other way we wouldn't make it up here.
I was going to say, would we have headed up?
We're now on a 5.1% gradient.
Whee!
In fact, I'm just paused it, and I'm just going to hop down here, just to sort of show just how steep this is. Like, look at that.
I think we've made it that up.
Like, that is crazy steep.
Run round and go back up it, see if we can actually get up.
I mean, we do have Lasaint down here as backup.
No, we'll head them back up.
So we're pulling up to our final stop. Katie, at the moment we have got 3 engines in this pack. The Jones Goods, the Saint and the Class 77. We will be updating it to include a diesel at some point. I plan on doing a austerity 06 for it at some point. So we will be continuously adding more stuff to it as well. And just while the Jones Goods is passing, we've got St. Nicholas here.
Is that coming out to play this time?
Not this time, but it is going to be included in the Releasilla pack. But we can go have a more detailed look at that. Really holly paintwork, and if you look closely at the lining, I don't know if there's anywhere it won't be blurred enough to see, but it has actually got snowflakes on the lining, as well as the North Pole Railway logo.
See, I think we can take that out and then try the uphill with that. That'd be interesting. That'd make a good balk.
Appropriate billboard there, as we pull up to the final station. And that will do us. So if I hop out here, hey, that'll do me.
Got me.
So, what I can do is somewhere over here. Yeah, here we go. So that was the passenger stock and all the engines we've seen. Now for the freight stock, we've got an initial release stage, which is these beautiful present wagons here. Which are filled to the brim with presents, ready to carry them wherever they need to go. We have also got at the end here, which we can't see too well because of the bad lighting, which I should have thought out in advance, but oh well. We've got a Queen Mary brake van to go with them, just because I really like the bogie stock and it's more comfortable. Better for all those frozen railways. I've got to add the fairy lights to that before release, but otherwise that's good to go. We've also got here, which we can't see too well because of the lighting again, but we've got the TPO set. Yeah. So the TPO set's in the same. There we are. We can just see it a bit there. Oh, it's done the weird thin wet. That red bit isn't actually red. That's just the scenario being weird. It does that when you have the stock selected. That's actually a nice golden colour. But oh well.
Same with the other one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yes, we have a full TPO set there, which as far as I'm aware will still work. So you can use that.
Send in your Christmas cards.
Yep. 3D nameplates as modelled by Jordan. Katie, that's the name you were asking after there, Holly. And if we go all the way back over here, since we've stopped there now, just put the handbrake on. If we have a look at this fella, hopefully, wall. Hopefully the headboards work on this one. Oop. So I should be able to cycle through. Here we go. So we've got the jingle bells, the Christmas cracker, the Polar Pullman, that's the one we've been running with, the Yuletide Diner, North Pole Express, the Reindeer Pullman, and back to North Pole Railway, the Flying Reindeer, and that's it for now. So a wide selection of Christmas themed headboards there. Well, I think my favourite's got to be the Jingle Bells.
It's good.
It sounds like a rail tour. So yeah, that is the North Pole Railway project as it currently stands. Loud. So we are working on more reskins and we will keep updating the pack. But that's what we've got at the moment, ready to release. So I hope you'll tune in on Christmas Day to RailAdvent and give it a buy. And I hope you enjoy it.
It's a top quality pack, that.
Yeah, cheers, Michael.
It's alright. You've seen my attempt at reskinning, so...
So if anyone watching wants to tune into the Blast Pipe Productions Facebook page in about 5-10 minutes time, I'll upload the manual there with the information in about what each reskin is and what it requires. So yeah, I think that's it for now. So from me here at Blast Pipe Productions, from the rest of the team that's worked on the pack, and I'm sure from Michael as well.
Yes.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, and to all a good night. Thank you for watching.
And on